The world is out of joint. The once beneficial elements seem to turn against us. Will the effects of global warming be the new scourge of mankind? How can those known and unknown nature-related risks be assessed?
And what about the man-made catastrophes like Seveso, or the hazards of asbestos? The enormous damages of asbestos rival the costs for cleaning up the recent biggest oil spill ever in the Gulf of Mexico. New technology-related emerging risks, among them nanotechnology, are increasing. There are risks from various sources, like cyber attacks due to the extended use of ICT, or risks related to the unmanned surveillance of industrial infrastructures like gas pipes, or indeed the regasification of liquid natural gas in vulnerable environments, or carbon capture and storage technologies, or remote technical operations in sensitive areas. The multiple and interconnected risks between the hazards of nature and emerging risks from new technologies, economic and social factors made a change of paradigm in risk assessment necessary.
One good reason for the EU project iNteg RISK, and why the European Virtual Institute for Integrated Risk Management was founded.
And the main objective of this institute is to make sure that we have the knowledge first to assess and to understand these interconnected risks, to find better management options to cope with these risks in a very complex world. And EUVRI is a platform by which virtually we connect with many people from different disciplines, with scientists, practitioners, engineers, and people who are in the regulatory field, in order to develop a better understanding of the risks that surround us, but also to find better strategies to manage them.
Insurance and reinsurance companies have a long tradition in assessing old and new emerging risks. They want to take an active part in loss prevention rather than financing foreseeable losses.
I see my contribution as an enabling contribution to help to bring innovative new ideas, new products, be it in the chemical arena, be it in the pharmaceutical arena or in the technical arena, faster to the market. And I'm convinced that a project like iNteg RISK is primarily an enabling project. We want to help the small, medium enterprises, the bigger companies, to anticipate potential problems related to their products, to solve the problems early, maybe even in the design phase, and as a result, they can be faster on the market.
The main aim of the EU project iNteg RISK is to develop tools for the management of known and unknown risks, especially in the field of new technologies.
To deal with multiple risks, we need integration, we need transparency, and we need online monitoring.
Thanks to Risk Radar, iNteg RISK identifies the risks. Thanks to Risk Ears, iNteg RISK monitors them. Thanks to Risk Atlas, iNteg RISK knows where they are. And by calculating the risk distances using the interactive atlas, information on the criticality of an event can be provided. Thanks to Safetypedia, iNteg RISK structures the knowledge about them. And thanks to Enisver, iNteg RISK optimizes the EU assets for dealing with emerging risks. The systems are continuously fed by the information and data coming from a large range of stakeholders, from high-level experts to the general public, for example through social networks, internet and Twitter. On top of 17 so-called error case studies, Over 1,000 risk notions have been acquired in the project. In addition, several hundred data layers relevant to emerging risks have been created. They allow interactive analysis and the early discovery of potential threats in geographical and conceptual maps. And their results provide risk management and governance rules for the European economy.
The main results of iNteg RISK for EDF are a framework for the management of emerging risks, complementing ISO 31000 and in coherency with it, the added value associated to the iNteg RISK results, those which were provided by the ERAs, the methods and tools developed in the project, and last but not least, the pre-standardization of these results in the framework of a CEN workshop agreement.
At the headquarters of the EU Commission in Brussels, where the iNteg RISK project worth almost 20 million euros is administered. More than 80 partners from industry, scientific and non-government institutions from all over Europe contribute to the project. The results of the 17 single case studies are presented in the context of the latest international research.
The strong partnership built around EUV-RI and its research community and industrial partners is welcomed by the EU Research Programme Officer, who underlines the new risk awareness of the policymakers.
Unfortunately, global risks have recently been experienced, like the BP oil spill, the financial crisis, the volcanic ashes, or Fukushima. They have driven policymakers and industrial strategists to rethink and reassess their strategy about risk management and crisis management system.
Beyond the formal end of the project, the CEN pre-standard is being developed and the concepts and the software will be embedded into industrial systems like insurance.
Standardization helped transfer innovative ideas to the market. CEN and CENELEC, two of the European standardization organizations, have a European validated process to do this. We basically help bring ideas to the market. In this sense, CEN and CENELEC have recently established a research help desk that helps research and innovation projects to integrate standardization for a better output.
The iNteg RISK project results will allow better management of emerging risks, which may present substantial challenges both for risk managers and society as a whole. In this context, the European Emerging Risk Radar Initiative will play an important role. That will be just one of the many ways in which the project will continue to serve the community after its end in 2013.
The European Virtual Institute for Integrated Risk Management, legally organized as a dedicated European economic interest group, provides the financial and organizational basis for the exploitation and further development of the project results.
The EU project iNteg RISK. As Shakespeare would say, the readiness is all.